All right, good Wednesday morning, everyone. Meteorologist Zach Batten here once again for Ohio News and Weather. Good to see you all this morning. Hopefully, those of you, particularly in southern Ohio and southeast Ohio, managed to make it through winter storm number one as we get ready for winter storm number two to move in. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right into our future radar for today because it's going to be pretty interesting to see where things end up setting up. So, this morning, likely some freezing rain, snow hanging out, particularly still southeast Ohio. Should all be fairly light. Not expecting it to cause too many problems, but things are likely still going to be a mess out there from yesterday. So, as we continue to go through the morning, some of that clears out, and you can see our next system approaching from the west. As it does, pretty, three real different areas here. You have your snow, you have your freezing rain, which may mix with some sleet. And then you have your just plain rain. So a lot of the areas that saw a little bit of freezing rain and snow today, or yesterday, excuse me, will likely see rain today. And then farther northwest, that didn't see a dang thing, will likely see rain transitioning to freezing rain, transitioning to snow the farther northwest you go. And you can see that pretty clearly as we go through the day. Here's just about 6:30. So lots of freezing rain out there, and a pretty solid band of freezing rain at that before we transition to snow here in far northwest Ohio, while everybody else is seeing primarily rain. As we continue through the evening, that line pretty much holds up. It's pretty stout. There's potentially going to be some significant freezing rain accumulation, so it's something we're kind of keeping an eye on. And then your snow really confined to far northwest Ohio, and everybody else continues to see rain. And then as we go through the overnight into your Thursday morning, this system pulls out. We get a break, and we end up with another system moving in this weekend. So it's, one after another, as is typical, what seems like lately for February. So not too shocking. I'll let this play again, just again, so you can see really the whole system progress through the very distinct zones from your snow to your mix, which will likely be sleet, freezing rain, and then your rain. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at temperature wise tomorrow, and you can kind of get an idea of why we're going to see what we are, in these different areas. Really, about the southeast half of Ohio, you're likely going to be fairly warm. Temperatures in the 40s. Likely those will be early in the day. Temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly in the evening, but uh, you kind of can see just based on the temperatures where your rain's going to be, where your freezing rain's going to be, and then where your snow will likely end up being. Now, keep in mind, these are your surface temperatures. The temperatures actually up in the atmosphere are kind of what's giving us our freezing rain. So we're a little bit colder at the surface. There's a warm air aloft, which will also help to create some instability. So the areas where we likely see some of the heavier snow and your freezing rain, it's not out of the realm of possibility to hear some thunder similar to what we had last week. Instability might actually be greater this time around if things kind of shake out correctly. So we might actually see a little bit more thunder than we did last week. So something to keep an eye on there as well. And we take a look at your totals and kind of what you can expect. Again, snow wise, it is primarily a Northwest Ohio issue. So 2 to 4, far Northwest Ohio. Once you get into the Defiance Toledo area, you're likely an inch or two. And then beyond that, less than an inch. Now, this is all dependent on where this sets up. So this is your ice accumulation. So there's a good chance this area from Toledo to Defiance, where we currently have kind of the quarter of an inch plus, may shift southeast. If that happens, then you can take the snow totals and also shift them southeast and potentially raise them in far northwest Ohio. Some of our evening data suggests that's a possibility. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that southeast trend. But there's still some decent model agreement with at least some of the afternoon runs and the models that haven't come out this evening yet, that this is the best area for your significant accumulations, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. We see 3/10 to 4/10 and some very isolated spots, depending on how things shake out. And that's enough to cause power outages, bring limbs down, that kind of stuff. Once you get over that quarter of an inch threshold, you kind of become an official ice storm, and that's where you can really start to see those problems. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on. We'll have updated maps tomorrow, uh, later today through the day as more data comes in. We see kind of where the storm's tracking. It does look like it might start a little bit earlier than originally. It looked like just even a couple days ago. So something we're keeping an eye on. And then, of course, you can track the conditions through the day today on our YouTube, the same place you're watching this video, most likely. We do have a live stream that should be running that has alerts. It has our weather cameras. It has radar. It has the snow emergency map, so you can see what kind of snow emergencies we're looking at out there. Plus, it's got your forecast, all that fun stuff. So, should be running through the duration of the event, so you can check it out, check in, see what the radar is looking like, see where things stand, just kind of always kind of be informed. You can also get our free app, which you'll see in the top left here in just a second. It is our Ohio News and Weather app. You can get it Apple and iPhones. So that can also give you alerts when precipitation's approaching. Is it rain? Is it a mix? What is it? It'll detect lightning, and then you can see your hourly forecast for your specific location or really any location your heart desires. But that is all available for free in our app. So if you don't have that already, make sure you get that. Super handy during severe weather season, but it does come in handy during the winter weather season as well. So with that, meteorologist Zach Batten for Ohio News and Weather. Definitely be sure to stay tuned. Our team is doing write-ups on our website, bellparkmedia.com, so you can check that out for more kind of detailed discussions as well. And then check back, particularly on Facebook through the day for updated maps, kind of where the system might be tracking, all that fun stuff. And then, of course, our live stream, the app, all the things to help keep you ahead of the weather. So with that, meteorologist Zach Batten for Ohio News and Weather. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.